Where do each of the candidates stand with respect to funding of Homewood police officers? This person is concerned that some larger cities have mandated so many unfunded police programs that whether intended or not, the number of police officers on duty and therefore response times are negatively impacted.
Question. My work as a public defender's office often sees me cross-examining police officers, at least in the past. Not so much in my position now as supervisor. So many would think that I think of policing as police officers as the enemy. I absolutely do not. I believe they are essential to keeping us safe. And I think that funding them well makes them do a better job. And then makes me a less effective cross-examiner because they have everything they need to do an effective job of keeping us all safe. And that's what I want for our community. So I am all in favor of making sure that our police officers, our police departments are well funded so that police officers get the adequate training they need to respond appropriately to keep our residents safe and operate by the best practices for our residents.
I don't really see this as a question that's relevant to Homewood. I think our police funding is done as part of our budgeting process. I don't know of any major issues or any mandates that are really preventing us from funding our police department adequately and responsibly. And that's all. But if funding is needed, and if I would support funding the police, and I trust the advice of our police leadership as well as our finance department and our village management that all work under the direction of the village board. And I haven't heard anything from the village board that brings up this topic.
To be honest, I would need way more information about this issue before I can give an adequate response. This is the first I've heard of any of these mandates. Clearly, we need to be smart with our money. Clearly, we need to do what we need to do in order to keep the people safe. I mean, the whole purpose of the police department is to keep the community safe. And so that needs to be first and foremost paramount in our minds. But without understanding more about what exactly the mandates are and what they're in place to do and what the mandates are attempting to remedy and if those are issues in Homewood, I really can't give much more of a response than that.
I'm not certain of any programs that we have in Homewood that would prohibit or impede our police department from doing a solid job of keeping us all safe. I do know that sometimes in communities, such as maybe the ones that are being referenced, there is a perceived or real lack of transparency, or maybe there are needs that have not been met by the community. Maybe it's mental health, maybe it's just understanding that needs to be had between community members and law enforcement. And overall, I think we do a pretty good job of that. And if there's something that we can explore to make those relationships stronger, then I would love to be a part of making that happen.